You are now listening to an exclusive interview on Sounds of Success with Noah Swiderski.
Welcome back to the Sounds of Success. I'm your host, Noah Swiderski. Today, we're diving into the colorful world of vintage fashion and sustainability with the amazing Sadie MacIver, the creative force behind Groovy Thrifty. With a passion for curating unique, upcycled pieces that celebrate individuality, Sadie has built a brand that not only offers stylish clothing, but also promotes eco-friendly practices. Get ready to groove as we explore her unique journey. How's it going, Sadie?
Hey, I'm good. How are you?
I appreciate you coming on. You have an awesome brand, an amazing story. Can you tell us a little bit about your journey into the world of thrifting and fashion?
Yeah, I can. I can start from way back in 2017, I think it was 2018 was when I was still in high school. I was just kind of playing around with the fact that I had a lot of clothes and not a lot of space and was moving to college soon. And I was like, okay, I got to figure something out with this. So honestly, I was always a thrifter my whole life. That's just how I got my school clothes, everything. And so I had a pretty sizable closet. And then it came time to move to college. So I was like, all right, I got to downsize a little bit. And I just kind of started reselling like my own clothes that I really liked and were nice pieces online. And then I kind of started dabbling into a little bit of sewing, repairing, upcycling, things like that. So once I kind of started meshing the two between vintage and upcycling new pieces, it kind of just grew from there.
And your brand emphasizes upcycled and handmade items. Can you explain the importance of sustainability in your business model?
Yeah, definitely. I think sustainability is the foundation of my business model. I think what I try to prove in every facet is that you really can find everything that you ever need already existing on this planet. You don't need to buy things new. You can find them secondhand or you can create something new. And so I think that is the most important thing to me, is that in every form, down to not only my inventory, but just like the way I run my business, is I try to keep everything 100% sustainable at all times.
I love how that's a part of your values. What are some challenges you've faced while building Groovy Thrifty, and how have you overcome them?
I think some challenges have definitely been kind of explaining to people why secondhand is more important than we think it is. I think that's been the biggest thing, is because I know what I believe in and I want to spread that message, but it's very difficult getting everyone to kind of be on the same page about that. I think the core reason for my business is that I've seen a lot on social media and in the news and things like that about secondhand fashion versus fast fashion, and how fast fashion really does impact our environment and really does play a huge role in the economy, but also just like our world, our planet. And I think it's really easy, especially in this country, to not see the picture, because we don't see a lot of the waste that we produce because it gets shipped elsewhere. And so I think just kind of reminding people that like it is a problem, even if you don't see it in front of your eyes, like it really is. And your steps and your little things that you do in your day-to-day life really do make an impact. So even if it seems small, you should still try to do your best and be sustainable where you can, because it really does make an impact.
It really does make an impact, and people don't usually see it day to day because it's such a small little adjustment. But I'm a big proponent of thrifting in general, just because of how many cool pieces you can get, whether it's a brand name or whether it's vintage styled. And I've seen so many different decor pieces even in my place here that I've picked up from the thrift, which has been super cool. Can you share a memorable experience from one of your pop-up events or markets?
Yeah, definitely. I would say a memorable event from one of my markets, I feel like that kind of happens all the time, but I would say the biggest one is probably just seeing people that have come to my store or have shopped at my booths in the past at these pop-ups events coming back and not only returning to shop secondhand again, but either wearing something that they got from me or showing me what they made out of something they got from me. A lot of people like to shop through my fabric or just like basic jeans and whatnot and try to upcycle themselves. And I think they find a lot of inspiration in the store in general and upcycling. And so I think the coolest thing is always seeing people coming back wearing something that they got from me or made from something that they got from Groovy Thrifty.
I'm super interested. How do you curate the pieces for your collection? What's your process for finding those one-of-a-kind items?
My process is, I can't really say that I have one specific style, because I really do think that the the store that I've created tries to include all different brands, all different styles, all different forms of clothing. Like, I think I try to have a little bit of everything, so that way nobody comes in there and feels like it's not their style, or it doesn't fit them, or they just don't like that type of whatever it may be. So I try really hard to source a variety of things, and my process is kind of all over the place, honestly. I'm a big traveler, so I like to, me and my dog, we get in my car and we just drive all the way around New England, up and down, everywhere you can imagine, going to collectors' houses, going to, estate sales, going to people that wholesale. I don't really like to do a bunch of wholesale because, like I said, I really like it to be a very curated and handpicked store. So I don't want it to be things that, might have stains on them, or things that can't be repaired. And so I try my best to kind of just source from all around New England and meet with really cool people. And because it's been, quite a few years since I originally started, I have developed a lot of connections. My dad's also in the industry. He does a lot of antique dealing with like mid-century modern furniture and things like that. And so he's met some cool people that he can connect me with. And my favorite is just, going to a collector's house and shopping their collection that they've been curating themselves over decades, because it really just shows the true appreciation of clothing and how it doesn't need to just be worn one time, one season, and then discarded. And you really can wear something that was popular 30 years ago and rock it today.
So true. And with trends constantly changing, how do you stay relevant in the fashion industry while maintaining your unique style?
I think that style is anything you want it to be. I think you could wear a $5 shirt and a $500 shirt, and I think they both could do the exact same thing and no one would really even care or notice. I think it's more about how you style it, how you wear it, the confidence that it gives you when you're wearing it, that, shows people they can really make something out of nothing.
And can you talk about any upcoming collections or projects you're excited about?
Yeah, I think, I definitely have been focusing a lot more on upcycling now that I have a store and I have a bigger space so that I can have more of a variety. And so my favorite collection of all time is going to be like my patchwork pants that I make. I kind of do those on like a periodic basis. I'll make a few pairs at a time, but I have started to build up that collection a little bit. And that's something that I think a lot of people love, is just having like a one-of-a-kind pair of pants that are really a statement piece and that everyone will draw their eyes to and everyone will, say something about. And so those are definitely like my favorite. I do those in small batches, but sometimes if there's any like overflow or I guess stuff that doesn't sell, then it kind of just goes into the next collection, which I think is really cool because not only are they one of a kind, so if you like them, they also have to fit you. So I think a lot of people have been waiting for like a pair that is in their size or their color scheme or things like that. So that's got to be like my favorite collection, is the pants that I make.
And how do you engage with your community, both online and in person, through events like Earth Day Jam Fest?
I try to communicate with people in any way possible. I think every day I'm learning of a new way that I can connect with people. Social media has been huge in connecting with people. Initially in my business, when I was strictly online, I felt like social media was really the only way that I could connect with people, because it's amazing. It's a tool that can be used for amazing things, but I think it can also be really hard to navigate how to connect with people online. And so while that was initially what I started doing, and I've tried to kind of keep up with it and maintain it and continue to grow that, I think more importantly, I love connecting with people at my pop-up events, or obviously at my store too, but my pop-up events are the best because I feel like I can really showcase, a little taste of what the store is and what I'm about, meet people in person, and, even if it's just holding a mirror up to show them like what this shirt looks like on them. I think people like that, the person-to-person like kind of contact versus just trying to shop online and hope that it fits you and maybe be able to return it, maybe not. So I think in-person shopping, really kind of showing people what I'm about and what the business is about, is definitely my favorite.
And lastly, where do you see Groovy Thrifty in the next 5 years, let's say? What are your long-term goals for the brand?
I would definitely love to become more of a brand. I think a lot of the business, probably 60% of it, 70% of it, is like a curated selection of, vintage, handmade, things like that. But I think what I would really love to do is create kind of like a second branch off of that and really dive into more of an upcycle collection and more, teaching people how they can mend their own clothes and how to use a sewing machine and how to, take something that they like or that doesn't fit them anymore or, whatever the case may be, and making it into something that they do love and they do want to wear and that they do feel confident in. And so I think I don't want it to be like a total shift in the business. I think I just want it to like branch out and grow into something that can encourage people to, use their hands, and sewing's not too scary. I know it sounds it, but I think just kind of encouraging people that they can really try things themselves and try to work on their own clothes that they already have versus trying to buy new things all the time.
Thank you for tuning into this episode of Sounds of Success. A huge thank you to Sadie MacIver for sharing her inspiring story and insights into the world of sustainability, fashion, and more with us. If you're looking to add some unique pieces to your wardrobe or want to support eco-friendly practices, be sure to check out Groovy Thrifty at their store in Alston or online. Don't forget to follow us on social media for more episodes and exclusive content. Until next time, keep chasing your dreams, and remember, success is all about finding your groove. Thank you so much, Sadie.
Thank you.